broadcast of this championship game is made possible by...
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas PBS Sports. Better connected together. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at UAMShealth.com. Winrock Automotive supports Arkansas athletes as a sponsor of the Arkansas PBS Sports broadcast of the high school state championship games, with 7 dealerships across the state serving Little Rock, Conway, and Jonesboro. Winrock Automotive is community-focused and provides vehicle sales and service across Arkansas. We're honored to be a part of these unforgettable moments, celebrating Arkansas student athletes. Winrock Automotive, connecting communities through service and support.
They have waited a long time today for this game, but we are ready to go between Hackett and Riverside. As Wes mentioned, a rematch from last year's state championship game, and here is the Winrock Automotive batting order for the Riverside Rebels. Annalie Qualls will lead it off. Kaylee Cox, Brooklyn Berry, Katie Ridge, Claire Womack, Riley Eakins, Carly Jo Womack, Blakely Biggers, and Bennett Durham. Your lineup for the Rebels. And here's Qualls as she steps into the box and looks at ball one.
Hackett ready to try to get that trophy back and get off to a good start in this first inning. 2024 champs. Look, these girls are used to playing in big moments. They many of these same girls on the softball team won a volleyball title. So they're competitors, and they're very good competitors, and they're used to winning.
We talked about Kenzie Freeman before the game started, and we'll talk more about her, I'm sure, throughout the game. Specifically, where she lies, Wes, in the AAA record books and where she will finish when her career with Hackett is over.
One of the best ever to get in the circle. The stats kind of back it up.
A 2-2 count now for Qualls.
I'm expecting a pitcher's duel today. You look at these both very good pitchers for Hackett and Riverside, but Hackett gave up 2 earned runs to Tuckerman in the finals. First round shutout EPC, second round shutout Desark, beat Tuckerman 7-2. Riverside, they haven't given up a run in the postseason.
They have not.
So you think about that, 6 games combined, and they've given up 2 runs in the playoffs.
2 runs. So this one should be a little bit of a pitcher's duel, but right now Annalie Qualls takes her base after walking to start the game.
And usually when you expect a pitcher's duel, you get an 8-7 game, right? Or you expect a shootout.
You
and all
put
of a
it in
sudden,
the universe,
you think,
and so now we're about to have a high-scoring game is what you're telling me. But that's okay. I like offense, too. This is Kaylee Cox, the shortstop for Riverside, as she takes ball one.
Cox, a .327 hitter, gets on base about 41% of the time. Patient, taking some pitches early in this game. Why not? We've seen that. We saw that even yesterday and last night. Kind of that first inning, those first inning jitters. I don't care how accomplished of a pitcher you are, how great of a year you've had. This is different. It's a different environment. And then you think of what they've gone through already today. You wake up this morning, you get up early because it's supposed to be a 10 a.m. start. You gear up in your mind. We're going to be out here at 10 o'clock and be ready to go. And then you have to sit around for 5 hours.
You do. I mean, that's what we did, too. We were up ready to go, sitting around, hanging out, watching some other action around the country. But you're right. I mean, they've been waiting all day now. They figured they'd be done by now. And I think, too, as a pitcher, when you talk about just kind of settling in a state title game, you're also trying to figure out what this home plate umpire is going to look like when it looks like a strike zone. Where am I going to be able to maybe paint the corners a little bit? Can I get away with a little bit of a higher rise ball? Just get a little bit of a feeling of what this umpire strike zone looks like. That is strike 3 on Kaylee Cox. She thought it was a ball, but the umpire disagreed, and that is the first strikeout for Freeman of the day. That is where, Wes, we've talked about it before. Sometimes you just got to foul those balls off.
Well, it's exactly what you said. You got to learn that zone. Well, the batter's got to learn the zone too.
Exactly. Let's look here at the players working around Freeman today for Hackett. You've got Eva Thornburg behind the plate, Morgan Coryell at third, and then McKaylin Freeman, Lily Oxford, Riley Decker, Laitlin Holbert, Kaylee Reether, and Ava Bartmeyer around at right field. That is your Winrock Automotive defensive alignment there for Hackett.
Brooklyn Berry up now, 386 hitter, fouls it off. On base percentage, 481, 8 doubles on the year. She's got 19 RBI, looking for one in the gap, maybe add to her double total and her RBI total.
Both of these teams rocking the pinstripe today, which I'm a big fan of these uniforms, Wes.
I'll let you stick to the fashion.
That's fine. I'm an alternate uniform kind of person, so I think that's really my big hot take. But I like these. I like the pinstripes. A nice line drive, but just foul there down the left field line, and everyone will back up, try to do it again. It's a 2-2 count now for Berry.
And Berry turned on that one. Just a hair in front of it, or she would have gotten that double we were talking about.
Squeezed it right between the third baseman and that third base bag down the line, and that might have scored a run. And now she watches strike 3, and that is another strikeout for Freeman. And for Berry there, after being able to turn on that last pitch, just kind of gets froze a little bit and watches that one paint the outside corner.
She is painting the black. Katie Ridge up next, the first baseman. Paint the black again. Ridge hitting 305. 5 doubles on the year for her, 21 RBI. Ridge a senior too. 5 seniors start them off in the batting lineup.
This one, slow roller there to third base, but Morgan Coryell able to clean it up, get it to first, and get out of the inning. And so Hackett, no damage for them on this side of the ball. They're now going to take the offense, see if they can do some damage of their own. We'll be back here in the bottom of the first.
You know, I think sports are really big to a lot of people, and because it's an important part of our fabric in our community. And the one good thing about what I've seen is it's high quality production. You know, you think of the small communities all over Arkansas, it's a big deal that they can turn on the TV or DVR or whatever and know they're going to get a quality product. And so I think it just expands the focus of what PBS is doing. You know, Arkansas PBS is doing a great job, and I think it's part of education.
This broadcast is underwritten, in part by
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS Sports, providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC, more at my100bank.com.
It is Morgan Coryell who is going to lead off here for the Lady Hornets. And here's the rest of your Winrock Automotive batting order for Hackett. Lily Oxford, McKaylin Freeman, Kenzie Freeman, Riley Decker, Eva Thornburg, Kaylee Reether, Ava Bartmeyer, and Laitlin Holbert. That is your lineup for the Hornets. And as I mentioned, Morgan Coryell going to get it started. And there is Claire Womack in the circle. She is someone to pay attention to, too. I know we talked about Annalie Qualls and what she brings from a senior leadership role, but Womack, another one of these upperclassmen leaders for this Lady Rebels team.
Yeah, Claire's going to Arkansas Tech, 20-5 on the year, 1.25 ERA. She's got 241 strikeouts in just 134 innings, so almost close to 2 strikeouts an inning for Claire. Arkansas Tech's getting them a good one.
Right now, though, 2 balls, no strikes on Coryell.
Coryell, a 481 hitter, gets on base, 525, 53% of the time, 16 doubles, 5 triples, 2 home runs. Looking for a pitch to hit.
Looks at strike 1 there, and she's got an interesting stance in the box. That wide stance and then steps into it.
Womack takes it up high. Showed her that high fastball. Couldn't lay off of it.
This one to short. The easy out to first, and that is a 6-3 out, number 1 for Riverside. Here is a look at the defense around Womack. Blakely Biggers at third, Kaylee Cox, Riley Eakins, Katie Ridge in the infield, Brooklyn Berry behind the plate, Bennett Durham, Carly Jo Womack, and Bennett Durham there, to Annalie Qualls to round everything out for Riverside. I was listening to an interview, Wes, with Carly Womack, and she said that throughout the season, a lot of people counted them out this year despite being in this place last year and the year before, because they struggled at first, but they've really turned things around when it mattered.
Yeah, Riverside comes in with a 24-8 record. So it just shows you how good they've been in the past. That 8 losses is a whole lot of losses in some people's mind, not in mine, but they've proven it when it mattered. Once the postseason came, they turned it on and been very good.
Exactly. Hard hit back up to Womack. Hopefully she's okay. It looks like it bounced off her leg. And Lily Oxford safe at first, but they're going to come out and check on their pitcher to see if she's okay. She looks like she's feeling a little pain there.
Just a one hopper right off the left shin or knee.
Yeah.
Not much meat right there to protect your bone. That may have been right off her knee.
You know that doesn't feel good. Coach is out there talking to her now, seeing if she can.
Now, did you pitch?
I did not. I broke too many windows in the backyard with my dad when I was trying to practice, and he said, no, we're going to keep you in the infield. I always wanted to, though.
What that would do. I mean, that left leg, how important it is.
But how it is important, especially it looked like that was her left leg, and that's where you're going to be pushing a lot of that power. If it is that left leg, if you think about it, that is the leg that you're pushing off of the pitcher's mound with, and so she's going to have to walk it off and shake it off if she's going to stay in this game. But she's looked like she's battling through it.
Last thing you want. Second batter of the game to get hit on the leg in a state championship game. She's tough, though. You can tell. Look at her. She's not coming out.
Yeah, she's not coming out of this one for sure. Gonna see if she can do a few pitches here to make sure she's okay. Yeah, so with it being, it looked like on that left side, that actually might be not bad because, yeah, she's still
kind of landing on it every time.
You can see from her face, she's still just a little sore, but she's going to power through.
Give them all a little nod for reinsurance. I'm okay. Let's go.
All right, so here goes Womack. She is now going to face McKaylin Freeman, the shortstop, which you say everyone calls Mikey. Mikey Freeman. We've got one down for Riverside. Lily Oxford standing on first base, and now Freeman up to bat, fouling that one off.
Listen to these numbers for Mikey. She's hitting .620. Her on-base percentage is .658. 17 doubles, 11 triples, 3 home runs, and 45 RBI. Just absolutely incredible to have a batting average over 600, .620.
Yeah, that is really impressive. She, along with Kinsey Freeman, both of them are going to attend the University of Tulsa next season, but she is going on a volleyball scholarship.
Yeah, like I said, the Hackett has a wonderful softball team, obviously, but a very good volleyball team as they won a state title earlier.
Fouling that one back. Still a 0-2 count on Freeman. A runner on first base and one down here. Pops this one up. It looks like it's going to be right there behind third base. Kaylee Cox there to catch, and that is the second out of the inning.
Looks like Womack's leg's okay.
I think she's doing all right. I'm sure she's going to go back into the dugout, maybe ice that knee a little bit.
It's a big bounce back.
Though she's supposed to lead off the top of the second.
Of course.
So, of course she is. We'll see. That one into left center field, an easy catch there for Annalie Qualls. And Riverside come back in to see what they can do offensively as we head to the bottom, or the top of the second. That's going to do it for the first here from Conway. 0-0 in this 2A state title game.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
My hope is it goes from being a fatal disease to a chronic disease that you can live with.
Menopause is the one universal female experience.
Cancer was deeply feared at this time. It was essentially a death sentence.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
This broadcast is underwritten, in part by...
Summerwood Sports Complex in Bryant features 4 courts across 2 gyms, located off Interstate 30, offering space for tournaments, practices, and training. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS. More at summerwoodsports.com.
Arkansas PBS Sports is supported by Wendy's. One of our favorite choices is the salted caramel frosty. Love the Baconator. What'd you tell me you love?
Spicy chicken
sandwich.
Spicy chicken
the
sandwich.
The OG,
right. Man. So good.
Well, look at that. All those options there at Wendy's. Check them out. Maybe a late lunch, early afternoon, snack. Check out your local Wendy's. Thanks to Wendy's.
Welcome back, everybody. Good to be with you. Man, you're just making me hungry.
I'm stuffed still.
Oh, my gosh. I am too, but
had nothing to do but eat. And watch the Little Rock Trojans. Hey, congratulations to the Trojans. They won the OVC tournament, and they're headed to the NCAA tournament for just the second time in school history.
Their first OVC tournament championship. Yeah. So congratulations to the Trojans, and that's a big deal. That'll be fun to see where they land in the NCAA tournament. But we're here in the top of the second, and as we mentioned, it's Claire Womack who is leading things off in the box, and after getting hit in that knee, it looks like she's still here battling, sending that one over into first base territory. Easy catch there for Riley Decker for out number 1.
Oh, Decker did a good job of getting back and finding the ball, locating the ball, and catching it.
I'm not going to tell you that might be a little bit of a harder place to catch a ball, but sometimes
a little further
it is,
down the field and to the right. Yeah,
for her
we know
when
that
she
spot.
turns around to try to catch that.
Riley Eakins up now. That's the coach's daughter, TJ Eakins, head coach there at Riverside. I know it's got to be a treat for him to get to coach his daughter. She's hitting .329, gets on base 45% of the time, 11 doubles on the year, 19 RBI from her 6th spot.
She looks at strike 1 right there, and we're going to see if she can get on base here for Riverside. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and Mackenzie Freeman.
Freeman's been peppering that outside.
She has.
Hasn't she?
She's realized she can get it for a strike, and she's basically telling these hitters, well, this is where I'm going to go, and until you can hit it, I'm going to just keep doing it over and over again.
She got her to swing at the outside pitch and decided to take it a little further outside, see if she'd chase it again.
2-2 count now with 1 down. And there you go. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That is out number 2 and strikeout number 3 for Freeman on the day.
And both pitchers gave up a single runner in their first inning, but no damage was done. Kind of settling in now. I feel like we may get that pitcher's duel.
Maybe. This is Carly Jo Womack now, the left fielder for Riverside.
Hitting 329. She's hitting 370. On base percentage is about 100 points higher at 474. Looks at one right down the middle.
30
the first
hits.
one had to kind of made her a little uneasy. That was some chin music, the first one.
Well, I think this is the first batter that Freeman has seen from that left side, so now she's trying to paint that other corner.
A little high.
That one called for a ball, though it looked kind of good in my
I think Carly Jo's
view.
a little shorter, a little smaller strike zone. May have helped her out. There you go. Brought it down just a hair. Shows a lot when you can paint both outside corners.
She says, that's okay. If you're over here, I can go over here. That one low off the glove of Thornburg, but no damage. There's nobody on base.
What number did you wear?
So that's a funny story. I was 13 most of my career until I got to high school. And there was a girl who played a year ahead of me who was number 13. And so I had to change, and I went to 31. So it was 13 for most of my career, and then I went 31. And I didn't just switch it just to switch it. As a Dolphins fan, I love Dan Marino. That's why I wore 31. But I am also a big Mike Piazza fan, and he wore 31.
Okay.
And so that's what I wore.
Saw Kinsey with that 22. That was my number.
There you go.
22, and Kinsey filling up the strike zone right now.
Well, I will say when I've been putting together my lineup cards, every player that has the number 13, I'm like, okay. So shout out Claire Womack, number 13 for Riverside.
And Ava Bartmeyer also wearing it for Hackett.
That's right. So there you go.
No such thing as
it's a good number to have. It is not
number 13.
unlucky. I don't care what anybody says. It's a 2-0 count now here on Blakely Biggers. Carly Jo Womack with the walk. She's standing on first. 2 outs.
Jinxter, when I said filling up the strike zone. I think she went 4 straight balls.
Swing and a miss, a 2-2 count now.
Blakely, a good hitter from that 8-hole. She's hitting 449. Gets on base almost half the time, close to 500%. 6 doubles.
36 RBI on the season as well. She leads the team in RBI and not able to get one at this at-bat. That is going to end the inning. That's another strikeout for Freeman, and we now head to the bottom of the second. Still nothing here as Riverside and Hackett get things continuing to roll in Conway after this.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
When 3 actors vie for a role,
the next Agent Jonas Best.
One of them dies.
This was cold-blooded murder.
Ah, the peaceful villages of midsummer, host to lovely parties, friendly neighbors, and
she's been murdered.
Arnie Langston is your ex-husband?
Yes.
I'm afraid he's been found dead at the rugby grounds.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
This broadcast is underwritten, in part by
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansas families and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
DVD copies of the state championship games are available from M&M Productions. More information at mnmproductions.net.
Welcome back. We are now in the bottom of the second, and we have Riley Decker, the first baseman for Hackett, to lead things off. Eva Thornburg and Callie Reether, your three batters to start this inning. Takes that ball inside for ball one.
We've seen a lot of seniors and juniors so far from both teams. This is our first sophomore. Riley, just a sophomore. She's hitting .511 on the season. Good batting average. 9 doubles, 5 triples, couple home runs, 36 RBI. She was amped up for that one.
Yes, she was. And I think to your point there, Wes, when you have a roster and a lineup that has a lot of juniors and seniors, to be a sophomore and be in this starting lineup means you bring a lot to the table.
There's a good mixture on Hackett. The Lady Hornets, they got a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors, 3 sophomores, a junior in here. So the future's still bright for them, even though they're going to graduate some good players. You talk about Kenzie Freeman, one of the best in the state, if not the best in the state. They got some talent coming back.
Yeah, they do. We said we'd talk about her more and the stats and that she will have in the record books. Even when her career is over at Hackett, her name will still be in these record books. And if they're not at the top, very close to the top once this season is over.
She's going to be missed, no doubt about it. Tulsa got a good one, though.
Riley fouling that one off. Still has a 1-2 count here.
Tell she can really handle the bat. I mean, she is taking some pitchers' pitches and just kind of flicked it out there, fouled it off, staying alive, just waiting for her pitch.
We've talked about that. If you don't like it, but it's close, foul it off. Get one that you like, hopefully. Takes that one inside to make it 2-2.
Good take.
That's how you have to battle. Looks at ball 3 and drawing a full count here on Claire Womack.
Hackett trying to get their second base runner on. Had a first inning single, but didn't get past first base. In fact, we haven't had anyone in scoring position yet.
And there, Womack sets her down with a strikeout.
Look at Jeff Oxford.
Jeff Oxford, yeah, he likes it. He's excited. Well, he doesn't like the strikeout. He likes the effort from his sophomore, not the strikeout. But he understands what it takes to win. They were here a season ago, and hopefully can go back-to-back. That's what he would like for his Hackett team.
Well, somebody's going to win their second championship in at least 3 years. Hackett can make it back-to-back, and Riverside 2 in 3 years. Good swing.
A swing and a miss. This is Eva Thornburg, the catcher for Hackett.
Good to get ahead of her, or try to get ahead of her. She leads the team in walks. She's only hitting .250, but her on-base percentage is .481. Good eye. Wow, he got a late strike. That was so late. I know that he's telling them there. He's letting the batter and the catcher know a little earlier than we know, but that gesture's a little late. I gotta pause a little bit. He shook his head no on that one.
Eva, who, again, as I mentioned, the catcher for this Hackett, she might just make a little comment when she suits back up behind the plate there, maybe.
Did you see the controversy with the Razorback catcher yesterday?
Sure? No.
So the Razorback catcher,
Miller?
yeah, after a lot of people thought it was a strike, but it was not.
And that is a strike. Another strikeout for Womack, and after getting hit in the knee or in the shin around that area, she seems like she's settling in a little bit, still fighting off
4 up, 4 down for her
stinger,
since the
but
hit.
yeah, she's
so anyway, the catcher,
settled in.
the ball comes in and she thinks it's a strike, but he calls it a ball. and the catcher throws it back and goes up there and wipes off the plate. And the umpire writes her up for it. Courtney Deifel came out. She was ticked, and they got into a little heated exchange, and the umpire felt like she was showing her up because she went and wiped the plate off to help the umpire be able to see the plate. But there was dirt all over the plate, so she was just wiping it off.
I get it.
Probably didn't get any favors
Yeah,
from then on.
I mean, I think maybe Kennedy knew kind of maybe what she was doing. I caught a little bit. I would have been a little, like, subtle sometimes, but like, okay.
Let me help you out here.
Sure.
Because obviously you can't see the play.
Something like that for sure. That's funny. I'm going to have to go back and look at that one. This is Callie Reether, the center fielder. She's got a 1-2 count right now with 2 down. No one on base, and that is strikeout number 3. Striking out the side is Claire Womack, and we are headed now to the top of the 3rd. We are still scoreless in Conway.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
Meet the groundbreaking author Amy Tan.
I am a writer and a tether to the past.
I've been photographing Asian Americans in New York City for 50 years.
Who do you see? Corky Lee, taking pictures.
We don't quite feel home in Korea, and we don't quite feel home here in America.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
This broadcast is underwritten in part by...
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
Welcome back. Hey, Wes, I got a trivia question for you and for all of you watching here. Here's my question. Who holds the career record for the highest batting average in a career?
Whoa.
Who holds the career record for the highest batting average?
I'm going to need somebody to text me to help me out. Text a friend.
There you go. Okay, so it's,
obvious?
No, I don't know if it's obvious. I just think it's kind of recent. It's not, I'm not sending you back to the 90s.
Okay.
So we'll see. Can I tell you what her average was? Would that help you?
No.
Okay. All right.
You can tell me your name. That'll help me.
Okay. Well, we're not going to give the answer away yet. We're not going to give it away yet. Here we are in the top of the 3rd. This is Bennett Durham, the right fielder for Riverside. We've talked a lot about Kenzie Freeman. She currently, by the way, has the record for season shutouts with 19. She did that last year. She's got 7 career perfect games in her perfect games in her career at 7. And this is not that including anything she's done this year. Again, these are what the record books were at the end of 2024.
Well, she's adding to her strikeout list, that's for sure.
She is. Bennett Durham going down.
It's 5 through
on
the first
strikes.
9.
That is settling in, if there ever was settling in, after walking Anna Lee Qualls to start things off here in Conway. We are back to the top of the order for Riverside and Qualls again, but after that walk, she's really shut everybody down.
Yeah, she looks like a totally different pitcher from the first time we saw Qualls. Came out throwing it just a little wild, and I think that's just a perfect example of the nerves of playing on the college field, on TV, state championship game, biggest game of the year. Just you add all that up, plus a 5-hour delay, and once you finally get out there, just took her a minute to settle down and get into the flow of things.
Settle down and understand where her strike zone is in this game. Every umpire is different, but she's really liking that outside corner and has used it to her advantage as much as possible, including right there for strike number 2 on Qualls.
Looking for her first shutdown inning. Just had our first 1-2-3 inning. Now looking to go back to back. Oh, she held it there, didn't she?
Yeah, she wanted it. You
Thornburg
could
was
see
like,
it in her face right
it,
now. She
hold
wanted it. She wanted it. Yeah, you know, Coach Oxford was letting us know, by the way, before her, by the time her time is up with Hackett, she's going to be at the top of some of the record books, including career innings pitched, career wins, career season shutouts. Just a stellar player for Hackett, and that's another strikeout.
4 straight outs with a strikeout. Now she's got 2 in every inning, up to 6. Trying to strike out the side if she can get Kaylee Cox.
She keeps going to that corner. She likes it.
Cox struck out looking her first at bat.
Kaylee hoping not to do that again, not try to get caught off by Freeman. And now that you've seen her one time through, you've got a little bit of a better idea what she's trying to do. But that doesn't make it any easier to hit.
No.
You could know exactly what she's going to do and still swing and miss.
Throwing it high outside. It's hard to catch up with that. Just try to take it down a level. Shortstop hitting .327 coming into the game.
Fouling that one off. Getting some contact, working on that timing a little bit. That one into the parking lot. I think it avoided the cars, though, so that's the good news.
Well, there are plenty of cars out there. We can see some fans in the outfield sitting around the berm. They brought their lawn chairs, sitting out beyond the fence. Of course, stands are packed.
Ooh,
oh, he shook his head no.
She thought she had
no.
that one, and that one was close, but the umpire behind the plate says maybe just a little too off of that corner there, and Cox lives to see another pitch with a full count here for Kaylee Cox. That is strike 3 inside on that inside corner, and that is strikeout number 3. So there you have it, Wes, striking out the side just like Claire Womack did at the top of the inning, and now you might get your pitcher's duel, my friend. Here we go to the 4th after this.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
When you see how vulnerable and helpless they are, you wonder how any of them make it.
It's okay, you're safe.
After achieving a remotely controlled pileup.
Everybody is safe. We will now investigate.
What can be learned from the chaos?
Oh my God.
1 out of every 4 animals is a beetle. Insects with armor.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas PBS Sports. Better connected together. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
All right, let's give you the answer here to your trivia question. Who holds the career record for the highest batting average in their career? And the answer, I know it was on the tip of your tongue, Wes. Tyler Vernon Pangburn from 2015 to 2018. Her batting average, .686.
Career, not a season.
In a career.
A career.
That's still incredible.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, my goodness. .686.
I mean, I can't imagine doing that for a season.
Yeah.
I was bragging earlier about who was it that had the highest batting average in this game. And I guess it was McKenzie with .587. No, it's Mikey. Mikey's hitting .620.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
That's incredible.
For the season,
.620, but
that's pretty impressive. For a career, incredible. Here we are in the bottom of the 3rd. Welcome back. Still scoreless between Riverside and Hackett. This is Ava Bartmeyer the right fielder. She's got a 1-2 count on her. Claire Womack coming in to the circle after striking out the side in the bottom of the second. She's got 3 strikeouts, those 3 strikeouts to her name today.
She reached back like she was about to thought better of it. Good eye by Ava.
Fouling that one off.
Both these pitchers been working the outside, but every once in a while they'll bust you inside, and that's what we just saw in the last inning with Freeman. Outside, 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 bam, right on the inside, just froze the batter. We just saw that too from Womack.
And that one going up high, getting her to chase, and that is her 4th strikeout in a row, her 4th strikeout for the day today, and that's the first out for the Lady Rebels.
Bring up Laitland Holbert. Holbert's one of those volleyball players. She's going to Champion Christian College to play volleyball.
Looks at strike 1. Both of these pitchers doing a really good job right now of using the strength of their pitches, but also the movement of their pitches, kind of keeping these batters off base as much as possible. That one, the bunt attempt popped up there to Blakely Bigger. She's there to catch it, and that is out. Number 2.
Breaks up the strikeout streak. 5 in a row. Is that right? 4 in a row?
It was 4 in a row, but she'll take an out. She appreciates her defense over there, helping her out behind her. This is Morgan Coryell as we get back to the top of the lineup here for Hackett. Had her jammed in there a little bit, fouls it back. Out of play.
Coryell grounded out to the shortstop.
Into the stands. That guy,
did he catch it?
Unfortunately, he's got it, but they're probably going to ask him to give it back. You can't keep it as a souvenir, unfortunately. I wish you could.
Ooh. High and inside.
High and inside.
Almost impossible to hit.
Those are pitches you swing at because you just can't help yourself, but there's no way you're going to make good contact on a pitch like that. Fouling that one off. Continuing to battle here is Coryell. She grounded out to the shortstop to start off this game. Second time now looking at Womack and trying to get on base here and start potentially a 2-out rally. Doesn't chase that one, looks at ball 1.
Oh, it's got a little limp to her. She's feeling that softball off the shin or off the knee. Just watching her after she caught the ball from the catcher, and just a slight limp back to the rubber.
Gets that one to chase. That is out number 3 to end the inning, and that is strikeout number 5 for Womack. We're over here counting Ks for both of these teams, seeing if anyone can break through with some offense. After this, we're on to the 4th.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
2 stab wounds. First one's deep. Most likely the fatal blow.
We're assuming that whoever killed Glover raised the platform.
So who in Brokenwood had a motive for murder?
Oh, nearly everyone.
I'm a woman alone, newly arrived in a dangerous town.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at UAMShealth.com.
Recognize our Arkansas PBS Student All-Stars, Dakota Rhodes from Quitman. Shortstop, plans to attend Central Baptist College to play softball. She's got a 4.14 GPA, getting it done on the diamond and in the classroom. This junior is a heck of a player and a heck of a student. Congratulations, Dakota Rhodes from Quitman.
Congratulations, Dakota. All right, let's introduce you to our officials who are spending the time with us here today. Mike Adams is behind the plate. William Von Tuggle is at first base, Kevin Ray at second, and Troy Cox at third base. Those are our officials today who work hard over there.
Guys in the field have it made
game.
right now.
Right now, they're just
hanging out,
chilling, hanging out.
Letting, what did you say? Mike Cox is behind the plate.
Mike Adams behind the plate.
Yeah, he's doing all the work.
He is. It's okay. They enjoy being out there as much as both of these teams do. And as you mentioned, it's been a pitcher's duel so far. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts for Freeman. 5 strikeouts for Womack. This one gets popped up into center field. An easy catch for Anna Lee Qualls. And that is out number 1. And so even if Kenzie Freeman's not striking him out, that's Callie Reether, in center field. She's got her defense behind her to help her out.
It's only the 3rd ball Riverside's hit into fair territory. They've had some fouls back to back.
Another pop up there. Mikey Freeman there to catch, help her sister out.
She took charge of that, didn't she?
She
thought
did.
The second baseman wanted to get it. Decker was going to, or Oxford was going to come in and get it, and Mikey took over.
That was Katie Ridge popping it up there into the middle of the field. And this is Claire Womack up to bat. Pitcher on pitcher right now in this matchup.
Claire's the one who hit the little flare over the first baseman. Her first at bat. First baseman made a tough play, made the catch in fair territory.
Fouls that one off. Got a 1-1 count.
Quickly play game, too. I mean, we're, what, about 45 minutes?
That's what you get with these pitchers' duels.
Kind of like last night's game.
See, you say that, and you put it in the universe, and
I
we're
don't
going to get
believe
some
in
offense.
announcers'
That's what they
jinxes.
want. There you go. The ground ball, the 6-3 out, and that ends the inning very quickly. 1, 2, 3. Both of these teams just trying to see if they can break through offensively as we roll on here from Conway and this 2A state title game.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
I've heard you say, nobody knows what this is, and I shouted out, I do.
For a collector like myself, this is like heaven.
Here we go. I'm home.
The party is just getting started.
They're so romantic. Oh.
I don't have to tell you, it's been a thrilling trip so far. Seeing those stars perform gave a little glimpse of that home that was waiting for you upon your return.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at UAMShealth.com.
Welcome back. Great to be with you again here as we continue to roll on in this 2A state title game. UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine supports athletic programs and events across Arkansas. Clinics are located throughout Central and Northwest Arkansas. Learn more at uamshealth.com. And both of these teams still scoreless here in Conway at Shock Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Arkansas, trying to see if their offense can get something going and put a run on the board here in the top of the 4th.
Hackett got the 2, 3, and 4 up. They got the meat of the lineup. If they want to try to break through, here's a good inning to do it. Lily Oxford now in a hitter's count, 2-0.
Lily Oxford, one of the many batters that, or not many batters, that was able to actually reach base. She was the one who took the ball back to Womack and hit her in the.
You can see right there,
knee.
still kind of a little limp right there.
A little bit of a hobble there, but that's the only runner that they've had on base.
Only hit of the game. And you think about it, if Lily's able to recover, maybe throw her out. We don't have any hits in the game.
That is the first walk for Claire Womack. Lily Oxford finds herself back on first base. And
now here's your challenge. You got to get Mikey and Kinsey back to back.
You got Mikey and Kinsey now. Mikey Freeman, like I mentioned, going to play volleyball at the University of Tulsa in 2 years. Oh, this one lost. Oh, and caught.
Got her at second. It was just tough because you're on first, and you know you're going to go try. You know you're told to go halfway, but then the ball's hit so close to you at first base, so you can't really go halfway.
It's one of those lose-lose situations where, regardless of what happens, you're kind of in no man's land there. Able to get the out despite a little bit of miscommunication on that blooper, and so.
Well, Womack lost it. You can see her. She put her hands up like I don't see it. I don't have it. You see kind of that overcast kind of day, and yeah, you can lose it up there. It's
very quickly, but
bright but overcast. It's kind of a strange combination.
Qualls able to pick it up, still get the out. So 1 out now, and Freeman is on first. You've got Kinsey Freeman at the plate.
Kinsey, a 587 hitter, and she goes down in 3 pitches. 1, 2, 3, making short work out of her to Claire Womack. But runner's able to advance to second after it got away from the catcher. So now we got our first runner at second base.
There you go, in scoring position. Don't look now, Wes. Things could be happening here. They tried to do a strikeout, throw her out, but not in time. Still give Brooklyn Berry heads up play there to get that ball quickly down to second base, just not in time, but a good throw still. Riley Decker seeing if she can knock in Freeman and score this first run of the game. Give Hackett a 1-0 lead.
Another good hitter for Hackett. She's hitting over 500, 511 to be exact. Chases the high one and
pops this one up, and it looked like Kaylee Cox and Freeman kind of ran into each other there while Freeman was running the bases, but that ball was still caught by Bennett Durham out there, and so that is out number 3. They threatened, but Riverside able to end the threat. That is going to do it. We continue to roll on here after the break.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
We'll see how the Romans created beauty in both intimate and monumental ways.
The biggest lesson I've learned is that every destination, from a big city to a small village, has a soul.
Why are there goats on this town hall?
There's got to be a connection.
When did a king have dinner with imaginary friends?
Wow.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
Winrock Automotive supports Arkansas athletes as a sponsor of the Arkansas PBS Sports broadcast of the high school state championship games, with 7 dealerships across the state serving Little Rock, Conway, and Jonesboro. Winrock Automotive is community-focused and provides vehicle sales and service across Arkansas. We're honored to be a part of these unforgettable moments celebrating Arkansas student athletes. Winrock Automotive, connecting communities through service and support.
Scoreless game between Riverside and Hackett. It has been a pitching duel for Womack and for Freeman. A lot of strikeouts to their name. For Womack, there's been
13 Ks.
13 Ks total, so 7 and 5.
7 and 6.
7 and 6. That's why you're the math guy. But it has been a pitching duel, like you mentioned, Wes. And so we sit here now, still scoreless. Both of these offenses trying to break through. Riverside threatened, or Hackett threatened in that last inning with a runner in scoring position, but not able to punch it through. This is now Riley Eakins, the second baseman for Riverside. She struck out her first time facing Freeman, but seeing if she can maybe lead off this inning with a base hit.
Eakins a 329 hitter. 11 doubles. Riverside bench over there trying to build a little excitement. Framed that pitch but didn't get the call.
The 2-1 count now on Eakins. And amazing, Wes, we're already in the top of the 5th. This game, as you mentioned, has flown by. Didn't get that corner. And so now she's got a 3-1 count. And if you're Riley Eakins, I'm going to go ahead and say you're probably going to take this pitch.
Being the coach's daughter, I bet she didn't even have to look. And she knows what he wants
Wow,
her to
look
do.
at her.
He wanted her to swing away.
I mean, you also knew she was going to throw it right down the middle because she expected you to take it as well, but she fouls it back, and now it's a full count.
Hope that wasn't your car.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. They have signs around saying park at your own risk, and they always make me so nervous. They park as far away as possible. And there is a walk. That is just the second walk of the day for Freeman. She led off the game with a walk. She leads off this inning with a walk, and now Carly Jo Womack steps in and sees if she can get a little something going here for the Lady Rebels offensively too.
That's good at bat by Eakins. I said she was a 329 hitter. I look at her on base percentage, just 451, so she's taken a lot of walks this season.
Lays down the bunt right down the third base line. The out at first, but it moves the runner into scoring position. So she comes up to bat and does exactly what her job was to get that runner into scoring position. One out now and an opportunity for Blakely Biggers.
Carly Jo lays down a perfect bunt. That's exactly what you want, to move the runner over. Makes the third baseman charge in. Still, the third baseman had to make a good throw. Good play that time. Coriel throws her out at first. Blakely Biggers, 36 RBI. As you said earlier, she leads the team in RBI from that 8-hole spot. Kind of that second cleanup hitter in the lineup. 6 doubles, couple triples.
Has an opportunity to add to that RBI total.
449 her batting average.
Hard to just hit against Freeman. As you can see, it almost looks like she's just a little off.
Blakely just a sophomore. Down in the count. Have to really bear down.
Watches her first ball, trying to see if she would chase, and shows a little patience there in the box.
Blakely did strike out the last time. Next 2 batters, in fact, Bennett Durham also struck out, so there's a way there for Freeman to work out of this mess.
When you look at the lineup, not many haven't. Just credit to what Freeman's been able to do, but Biggers just trying to give her team an opportunity here in a 2-2 count.
Yeah, you're right. 6 of the 9 have already struck out.
And there is strikeout number 1 of the inning. That's her second strikeout, Biggers of the day, and they've now got 2 outs. Here is your Riverside head coach, TJ Eakins. That's his daughter, Riley, standing on second base. And for Coach Eakins, he said earlier in the week, he's just really proud of his team, Wes. He said they came to work every day. They're a veteran group, but he knew this was going to be a tough battle. And he said they're going to try to stay sharp defensively in this matchup with Hackett. And when you talk about defense, they haven't had to do too much because it's been all in the circle so far. They get that out number 3 to end this side of the inning and still scoreless. Some opportunities missed, runners left on base as this 2A state game continues after this. Stick around with us. We'll be right back.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
must face the fact that nothing will ever come of my writing. I had opportunities, squandered them.
Let's get you inside.
If you're looking for us to take her in, the answer's no. You are about to take your vows. Do you feel ready?
Her voice catapulted her to stardom.
She seduced the world.
But for Julie Andrews, fame was overwhelming.
Who is ever prepared for something like that?
Only on Arkansas PBS.
This broadcast is underwritten, in part by...
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS Sports, providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC, more at my100bank.com.
Big thanks to Legion Scaffolding is huge for us to get our camera guys up above the crowd so they can get those great shots. Wave, guys, you're on camera. Great job this weekend, too, by the camera crew. Scaffolding support for this broadcast is provided by Legion Scaffolding. For more information, visit legionscaffolding.com.
Big shout out to them. They're working hard out there to bring you this broadcast from so many different angles. I want to give a shout out to UCA. This field, the reason why we're able to play and have this game is just how well this field drains. They've been talking about it all afternoon when the rains came in today. This field drained so well, giving us an opportunity to play these games today. Baseball not, and fortunate to be out here and to be playing, but a big shout out to UCA just for letting us use the facilities, but also how high class these facilities are, Wes.
Yeah, on my way to Conway this morning, it was, pouring, and I looked at the radar and I was like, this doesn't look good. And I texted Steve East, the longtime media guy for the University of Central Arkansas, the retiring Steve East. He may officially be retired now. And I was like, man, how's the softball complex drain? He's like, actually, it's really good. Y'all will be okay once it stops raining. He said, now baseball with the grass outfield, that's a different story. And true enough. That's why we're not playing baseball. Just, I don't know how many inches of rain we got. I haven't seen the final amount, but it was a downpour in Conway. 3 hours, 4 hours?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot of rain. We're going to have to call Todd and ask him later. But yeah, shout out to UCA, these facilities, and letting us use these facilities and how well they are, how well maintained they are. And we're getting some softball in today, which makes us happy.
You mentioned Todd. I texted Jacobian this morning. And I was like, what's it look like for us?
Yeah.
He's like, late afternoon.
Okay, well,
and
here we are.
Where are we? Late afternoon. We get started at 3 o'clock.
That's why you're the best. We appreciate you. Here we are in the bottom of the fifth. A full count here on Eva Thornburg.
Batter gets the call. That was 50-50. I was a little hesitant. She took off running and got the call.
The way that this game has been going, too, with both of these pitchers, just kind of been able to have the control at each at-bat. I think that one kind of threw off Womack in the circle a little bit. She thought she was going to get strike number 3 there. Instead, you've got Thornburg on base, and an opportunity here again for Hackett to try to make something happen offensively. Now, Callie Reether, she also struck out her first time at bat, but again, like I mentioned, an opportunity, and when you've got someone on base in a game where we haven't seen very many runners on base, you have to take advantage.
Second straight inning that Hackett has gotten the leadoff hitter on board. Had the walk in the from Lily Oxford to lead off the 4th, and now walk to lead off the 5th. Callie Reether, a .356 hitter, 6 doubles on the year, 2 home runs, 24 RBI. None of those 24 would be as big as this one if she could get a big hit. Deep fly would be huge for Hackett. Callie, just a sophomore. Center fielder looking for her first hit of the day.
Got a 2-2 count after fouling that one off. swing and a miss on that high pitch, and Womack rings up another one, another strikeout, and that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
7 strikeouts now. Pitcher's duel is happening. Freeman's got 8 strikeouts and Womack 7.
Here's
Ava
Ava
with this one right here.
Yeah, here's Ava Bartmeyer.
Bartmeyer struck out in the 3rd inning, her first at bat. Right fielder's hitting .238 on the season.
This is where I'm surprised a little bit. We're not seeing some
get the runner over.
Small ball action.
Yep.
Square around bunt, try to get something down and move that runner into scoring position here. Especially in the bottom half of this lineup to try to see if you can get back to the top of the lineup.
This is exactly what Womack does not want to do. Do not want to walk the number 8 hitter. She's led off this at bat with 3 straight balls. Bartmeyer didn't really have to think about it.
That one on the inside corner for strike 1 here.
I'd probably have her take it again right here.
Just to see, yeah, at this point, I think that's a really good call, Wes, because you can get a full count, but then also you get ball 4, and just like that, 2 walks in this inning, and now we've got runners on 1st and 2nd with just 1 out. Laitlin Holbert now coming to the plate. She popped up to the 3rd baseman the last time she came to the plate, but she at least made contact, as it looks like Coach Eakins is coming out to talk to his team. It's the first time any team has had 2 base runners on and only 1 out. Just checking in, making sure everyone's still good to go. Hey guys, I know this has been a little bit of a pitcher's duel, but as he mentioned, and I mentioned earlier, he said we've got to stay sharp defensively, and that's where that message is going to ring clear right now in the bottom of the 5th.
Bottom of the lineup now. You got Laitlin Holbert up, your 9 hitter. She's hitting .213 on the year, and that brings up the top of the lineup. So you got to get this out here. You really do.
That probably was part of the message too, is hey guys, let's get out of the inning right here. We don't want runners on base and then the top of the lineup back up. Absolutely. That one's sailing on Womack, and that is going to push the runners over. And now you lose the force out, Wes, and you've got runners at 3rd and 2nd and still 1 out.
If you hack it here, you can play a little small ball, put down the bunt, suicide squeeze, safety squeeze.
At this point, you just don't know. We're already in the 5th. We know that runs are a premium right now in this scoreless game, so I think you're right. You're doing anything you can.
Well, the infield's playing way in. Second baseman, shortstop, first baseman, third baseman, both creeping up. They're looking for it.
And now as a hitter, if you're Laitlin, even just a blooper over the shortstop's head could even score a run.
Well, that time the shortstop came charging in too. Shortstop was almost as close as the pitcher. So yeah, any kind of contact in the air gets them over their head, scores a run or 2.
And that is strike 3. That is not what you wanted if you're Hackett, because now you've got 2 outs. The defense relaxed just a little bit.
But
and
you got the top
runners
of
in
the lineup
scoring
up.
position, but now you've got the top of the lineup, right? Absolutely. But for Morgan Coryell to lead things off here, she grounded out to shortstop to start things off and struck out in the 3rd. But an opportunity here for her with 2 on in the 5th.
Shortstop's playing way in too for this batter. She came crashing in, expecting a little slap. How about that? That's a tough pitch right there. Inside corner.
And again, that one is just so hard. You almost have to just take it as a strike, unless it's strike 3. It is such a hard pitch to turn around quickly on and make good contact.
More over the middle. Another ball out in the parking lot.
Another ball. If you get a ball that lands in a truck bed, do you get a prize for that?
Probably get to keep it unless someone is chasing it down.
That's the only way you get to
where
keep
it goes.
the softballs when they go foul, is if it lands in someone's truck bed and stays there. You get a little souvenir.
And Bobby told us they'd let them keep a home run ball today.
Okay.
Yeah, they said they had enough.
All right. Well, Maybe we'll see one of those. Fingers crossed. Maybe in the 6A game we have later tonight. Bentonville, they've hit a lot of those this year.
They're where they are for a reason.
They are. But we're right here, 2A. We've still got this one to finish off, and it's going to get exciting because it could come down to the wire. The threat is over. Riverside gets out of the jam, and we are still scoreless. We've got 2 more innings left to play, unless they want to push it to extras. We'll see, Wes. We'll see. You're getting your picture
baseball team
here.
play last night? How many was that baseball game?
13 innings. 13 innings. We'll see what happens here in Conway as Riverside and Hackett roll on after this.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
Austin City Limits celebrates 50 years.
Funk is something that takes you over.
A history that goes back to the spiritual.
Liza Minnelli. Being born into Hollywood royalty, Judy Garland and Vincent Minnelli, doesn't make you a superstar.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
This broadcast is underwritten, in part by...
Summerwood Sports Complex in Bryant features 4 courts across 2 gyms, located off Interstate 30, offering space for tournaments, practices, and training. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS. More at summerwoodsports.com.
Experience the action all over again next week. Watch all the championship games on the PBS app anytime. myarpbs.org/watchsports. I want to give a big shout out to the ARPBS crew. Fantastic job putting on these championship games. Love doing football, the basketball. My first time doing baseball and softball. Usually my schedule doesn't allow me. And I've had a blast this weekend doing the baseball and softball games.
This is my first time calling softball games. It's been a lot of fun, a great crew to work with, and hopefully they'll invite us back next year.
I grew up in Texas, and I do a lot of traveling, with our job. And I've seen some championship games, some put on TV or streamed, and no one does a job like Arkansas PBS Sports. I'm serious. No one does it as good as they do.
Well, it's been fun, and it allows you to watch this nail-biter of a 2A state title game. And if you're Riverside right now, this is exactly where you want to be in the lineup. Annalee Qualls leading things off. She's got a 2-0 count on her, facing Kenzie Freeman for the 3rd time. She walked to start things off, struck out in the 3rd. Now in the 6th, got a hitter's count at 3-0.
Qualls will probably take a couple. I know she's a good hitter. Qualls hitting over 400, 424, but you got to get on base. Anything to get on base.
You knew that one was probably coming right down the middle, but you're absolutely right. A walk is as good as a base hit in this game, as we're trying to see which offense is going to break through first and score the first run of the game. Riverside, the Lady Rebels, hoping it's them. This one shot deep into center field, and there it is. If you get that ball, you get to keep it today. Annalee Qualls with the home run, and just like that, one swing of the bat, and the Lady Rebels have a 1-0 lead. It took us 6 innings to get here, Wes. We have finally seen our first run come across the board.
Annalee Qualls with her 4th home run of the year, but the biggest home run of the year. It's her 30th RBI. Tell you what, she grooved one pitch on 3-0. She got a good look at it, and Qualls, she came back that same spot, just grooving, trying to get a strike across, didn't want to walk her, and Qualls made her pay. Took it out to right center field. The wind is actually blowing a little bit out of right field, not dead in, but enough to hurt the ball. It didn't hurt that ball.
I don't think so, and I want to see who ended up with that ball eventually. But look, she said she'd be good with a walk when she had a 3-0 count, but she'll take a home run even more because that gives her team a 1-0 lead here. And for Hackett, opportunities missed in that last inning with 2 on in scoring position. And now we've got Kaylee Cox at the plate. She struck out both of her times against Freeman. If you're Freeman in the circle, though, Wes, You can't let that bother you. And you know she's probably not letting it get to her. She throws that in for a strike. She's a senior. She's done this for so long. You have to be a goldfish. You watch Ted Lasso?
No.
You don't get my goldfish reference. That's okay. Got to be a goldfish. I'll tell you about it on the break.
Not much of a brain?
Well,
they don't remember
it's
anything?
a short-term memory.
Okay.
You know, goldfish, they forget. Short-term memory.
Gotcha.
Gotta have short-term memory in the circle. Forget about that home run and focus now on Kaylee Cox. The good thing is, I think, if you're Freeman, is you've seen your offense get some things going. You've been on base, so you've got an opportunity to still do that. You've got 2 more opportunities to still do that, and right now, they're going to come and start with their second batter in their lineup once this inning is over.
Yeah, the Freeman sisters are about to come up. Shot out to right, but that one will be caught. You know, and I stayed away from it for 6 innings, but Riverside didn't have a hit. That was their first hit of the game. They were being no hit until that home run.
Well, that was really good on you for not saying that out loud.
I wasn't going to jinx it. You've
Well,
been on
good.
me about
I
jinxing
thought
things,
you were
although
about
I don't
thought you were
believe
about
in
to,
jinxes.
you know, jinx us.
But that's a
saying
different,
that
that's a whole different level. You know, the no-hitters, that's kind of one you just,
that one's a real jinx.
yeah, I like to stay away from the no-hitter.
Of course. We appreciate you for that pop-up into Ava Bartmeyer's direction, an easy catch. This one, an easy catch for Callie Reether. And it is quickly 2 down for Hackett. This is going to bring up Katie Ridge.
Katie's 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to third, and her first at bat. Flew out to left. Next time up in the 4th.
But she's made contact in both of her at-bats. Seeing if she can get one through here.
Cleanup hitters hitting .305 on the season. She's got 5 doubles.
Didn't mean to do that, but that goes foul. Fouling it off there. Nothing wrong with that. Gets another opportunity.
Riverside dugout's been active all day, but they're a little bit louder right now for some reason.
I think that one on the scoreboard's got a lot to do with it. Fouls that one off of her foot. It's going to step out of the box and shake it out.
Let's look at our wind
There's
right
your
now.
Wind.
Pulling kind of right field to left field.
Help that ball carry over that right center field for that home run for Qualls at the top of the inning. That one a little low to make it 2-2, and Katie Ridge here just trying to battle. She's already fouled off 2 balls. Watched 2 balls come across.
That was a good pitch.
It was.
A little off speed and low.
Good contact there. Wrangled up by Coriel at third. The easy out to Decker at first. And after the home run, 1, 2, 3, but the damage was done by Riverside. Let's look at it again because, man, it was beautiful. Qualls making perfect contact over the wall. And there are the cheers. There were some Riverside fans back there ready to get that home run ball, and she is excited to say the least as she crosses home plate with her teammates around her because they have a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th here in Conway.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
It's one Cole Porter showstopper after another in a comic look at the staging of Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew.
Starring Lisa Davidson, Freddie DeTomaso, and Quinn Kelsey, and Yannick Nazay-Sagan conducts. Don't miss Puccini's opera thriller.
One gentleman showed me his coffee mugs that he had received as a wedding present, and they were $900, so that surprised me.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
This broadcast is underwritten, in part by
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansas families and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
Get your free live action photos from the game at myarpbs.org/photos. These are great championship keepsakes. I think Riverside might want a shot of that home run from Qualls. Something to remember forever.
I think so, and I guarantee you that Claire Womack here taking a sigh of relief after she saw that Qualls home run. A little pressure off of her now in the circle as she steps in and faces off against Lily Oxford.
Oxford been on base both times, single and a walk. She's going to pop up. Will it stay in play? No.
No, it does not, and so she still is going to battle here. 2 strikes on her, no balls, but you're right. She had that hit off of Womack's leg in the first and then walked in the fourth, and so she's had some success against Womack, and if Hackett wants to see if they can also add to their scoreboard, she'd like to get it started right here.
Only hit of the day.
There it is, right back to the middle, bobbled by Cox, still thrown over and thrown out there. Even after that bobble for out number 1. Good job by Cox there to just quickly get that, pick it up with her hand and throw it over to Ridge for out number 1.
Good look at the replay, got her by half a step. Good call. Can't challenge yet. Got one more inning. Only can challenge on the base in the 7th.
Here's Mikey Freeman. She lays down the bunt. Well done, and she is safe. Sliding head first into the base. I don't see that often, but it worked for her. And coming out of that left side of the batter's box there, she put that bunt perfectly down where when they had to scoop that up, they had to still kind of turn their body towards first base to make that throw, giving her the opportunity to have enough time to get down there safely. So now Kenzie Freeman comes up, and let's see what she can do with her sister at first.
Well, Mikey's got a little speed. That was
does.
Surprised.
How about that?
How quickly she got down the line. I'm watching her over at first. And we're going to have a little offensive timeout. Talk with Kenzie. Get her mind right. Might be her last at bat. Here we are in the 6th inning. And you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. She won't get back up again. So you want to make sure you make this a productive at bat. Earlier she struck out. First inning she kind of popped it up to center field. Easy play out there in center field. Let's get her lefty.
Yeah, you just kind of want to give her a little bit of a pep talk. Like you mentioned, she's batting .587 and on base percentage of .655. So she's able to get it done with her bat too, just like she's been able to get it done for the most part today in the circle.
Done a really good job against Kenzie.
She has. Keeping her a little bit out of sync in the batter's box. Ahead 0-2. And there it is, swing and a miss for the strikeout. That is what she wanted to see, and that is a tough way to go down for Kenzie Freeman in the 2nd out of the inning.
High and outside, couldn't catch up with it.
So Riley Decker here to see if she can get anything done as she steps into the plate for into the batter's box for the 3rd time. Still got a runner on first. And now 2 outs.
That's it straight back. Keep an eye on Mikey over there on first base. Hadn't really taken off like she's wanting to try to steal.
She's thought about it. Hasn't done it yet. We'll see what they can do here with Decker.
Gone. Oh, she had it stolen and overslid the bag. The artificial turf caught her.
The turf sometimes can't get you stopped in time when you want to, especially if you try that hook slide that she did. Let's watch it one more time. Takes off. I think she would have beaten it and been safe had she just not completely slid past the bag. Unfortunate there for Hackett, but that is out number 3 for Riverside, and we now head into the 7th. They've got a 1-0 lead and looking to see if they can win a state title here in Conway. Hackett hoping that they can do some magic in the 7th. We're going to play it out after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This month in Passport on the PBS app.
Some are born to adventure, and others are not.
These are difficult times, Captain.
What may come between us?
Nothing in my life has meaning without you.
You said that the house held secrets.
Have you discovered any dreadful revelations yet?
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS app.
This broadcast is underwritten in part by...
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
Get all the latest info from Arkansas PBS. Visit myarpbs.org/sign-up. Be sure to sign up and get all the latest information from Arkansas PBS.
So here we go, Wes, top of the 7th. This is the closest game we've had in the last 2 days here as we've been crowning state champions over the last few days. This is the closest one we've had. It is a 1-0 game between Riverside and Hackett. Top of the 7th here. Claire Womack up to bat. A little pitcher versus pitcher. She flew out to first base and then grounded out to shortstop her 2 appearances against Freeman.
Freeman now 6 innings pitched, giving up just the 1 hit. That was the home run. 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. She faced 21 batters. Pretty good day, just 1 mistake.
Fouls that one off down the right field line. Yeah, that 1 mistake costly though, because it came on an Annalie Qualls home run in the 6th. So seeing if she can shut down these Riverside batters and see if her offense can do some magic in the bottom of the inning. But right now, that ball stopped by Cox, quickly gets it over and past first base. Tries to maybe throw it a little too quickly, and Womack is safe at first to lead off this inning.
Hit it in the hole, tough play. Third baseman couldn't get there. Shortstop has the long throw, bounces it. It wouldn't have mattered. She was already there.
Yeah, she was. And we talked about a little bit of a slippery turf. It's kind of what got Freeman there on that steal. But sometimes when you're in a dirt, if you're the shortstop and you're able to kind of get it, the dirt's going to stop you. She was kind of still hurt. The momentum was taking her towards third base, and she had to stop her body and turn around and get it to first.
Yeah, and back to Mikey getting caught stealing for sliding past the bag. We talk about it all the time with artificial turf. You slide further past the bag, and you want to start your slide earlier. Well, throw in a wet field, and you're going to slide even a little bit more.
More of a slip and slide atmosphere out there than anything else. The bunt attempt here by Riley Eakins. Unsuccessful for strike number 1. Trying to see if they can get Womack into scoring position, maybe give him some run support.
Yeah, they'd love to have an additional run. Our pinch runner. Mallory Booth came in to run for Womack. Get the pitcher out, let her focus in on the last 3 outs of the game.
And then, of course, if you remember in the first, she did get hit in the leg, so just give her a break. You don't need her running the bases. Just let her sit down and rest a little bit as she has to come back out and try to shut this one, end this one for her team.
Try to get Eakins to fish. Threw it way outside.
2-2 on Eakins. Pops this one up into left center field there for Holbert. She makes the catch, and now we've got 1 out. Still 1 runner on first, but 1 out for Hackett.
Carly Jo Womack up next. Right fielder is 0 for 1. She walked in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to 3rd. in her last at bat.
Maybe you can get Carly Joe lay down a bunt here, try to push that runner over.
Biggers is hitting 449 next up, so good batting average coming up, 36 RBI. Yeah, anything you can to get her over. That one was a little low. Freeman thought that was a good one. Just takes a walk past the circle.
Take a deep
She
breath
wanted
back
that
there,
one.
and Freeman has hit her spots for the most part today, just really well executed. Like you mentioned, just a few mistakes, but she's doing her best when these batters step into the box to just kind of paint those outside corners, get some of these batters to reach, and she's been pretty successful most of the day in doing that. That one a little high and outside. That one a little inside, and so now
see a little frustration there from Freeman.
Yeah, now a full count here on Womack.
Felt like she had her on a low one and thought she had her on the inside.
Good patience there, but got her swinging for out number 2.
So 9th strikeout of the day.
Yeah, nine strikeouts on a pretty successful day in the circle. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. They're trying to get out of this inning and get back on offense for at least one more time. Blakely Biggers here. You mentioned she leads this team in RBI. Can she drive in an extra run for Riverside?
Biggers, the third baseman, struck out twice. Came into the game hitting 449. Said earlier, 36 RBI, leading the team from that 8th spot. Good take there. Late on that one. Stick that on that outside corner one more time.
That's exactly what I would do if I were Freeman here. Just go back to what's been working for you all day long, specifically against Biggers, who you mentioned striking out twice. Make it 3 times, and that is going to end the inning. So if Hackett wants to win a state championship, they're going to have to get some offense going in the bottom of the 7th. If not, Riverside looking for the title. 3 outs away. We got a lot of action. We'll see what happens after this.
I have some glad tidings to impart.
Whoa! Look at that!
I'm still surprised at how good I am.
Jane Austen was my sister.
I didn't think I would ever study medicine, but here I am.
Absolutely delicious, especially straight out of the oven.
I've never seen anything like this.
I think we have sufficient cause for celebration.
This broadcast is underwritten in part by
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS Sports, providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
Arkansas PBS is your home for high school sports. If you love seeing these high school sports championship games live and on demand, please consider making a gift to Arkansas PBS today. myarpbs.org/donate. or you can call the number on your screen.
We mentioned the 9 strikeouts that Freeman had on the day. Womack comes in with 8. This one's going to drop in for a base hit. So Hackett knew what they had to do. They had to start getting something going offensively, and that is a leadoff hit there for Riley Decker.
Just her second hit of the day.
Run on first base.
First hit came in the first inning. Second batter, Lily Oxford, when she grounded it off the pitcher's knee, and they had been shut out since then. A couple of walks, but that's it. And they get a leadoff hitter on. It's the 4, 5, 6 up. You know, Riley was up when Mikey was thrown out at second base, so she leads off the inning, gets on base, and it's interesting. The 4, 5, 6 hitters, all sophomores. Decker, Thornburg, and Reether. 3 sophomores in the lineup.
So here Thornburg is seeing if she can continue things. Again, you just got to get that runner around and see if you can tie this one up. Maybe walk it off here in the 7th if you're Hackett for Riverside. You need 3 outs to win another state title. They were the runners up. Again, we talked about this was a rematch of last year. They were the runners up a season ago. Hackett won last year, but they won back in 2023. So a lot of these players on this Riverside team, on that team in 2023, they'd like to add another ring. Of course, Hackett would like to add another ring as well.
Qualls, Cox, Berry, Ridge, Womack, all seniors. They'd been sophomores a couple years ago.
1-2 count on Thornburg, now a 2-2 count.
Thornburg hitting .250, but like I said earlier, leads the team in walks, so good eye. Missed that one.
Yeah, you say leads the team in walks. I've always thought too, catchers always seem to really have a good eye there behind the plate, being able to see obviously a little bit better maybe.
Good feel for the strike zone.
I've always felt that way, yeah, a good feeling of just kind of what to expect and then what you're seeing out of the pitcher's hand here. But one down as now Callie Reether, the center fielder, steps in to see what she can do.
It felt like to me Womack's fastest pitch right there. I mean, it was up and in and had a little speed behind it. But the adrenaline's flowing in her right now. You think about it. 2 outs away from a state title, runner on first, big moment. She ran back and let that one go.
A lot of smiles in that circle as Jeff Oxford takes a minute to talk with Reacher about what they want to do and the strategy here in their final 2 outs of this game to try to tie things up, make things happen offensively. And yeah, for Womack, just take a deep breath and settle in and continue to do what you've done. You've had a lot of success in the circle so far today. You want to keep it going.
A little high will even up the count. Either in 356. She does have 2 home runs this year. 3rd home run would walk it off.
That one high. You putting all kinds of stuff out into the universe, Wes.
Just throwing it out.
There you go. You know. Just see if any of them stick. No big deal. That one still a little high. Womack, big opportunity here. A lot on the line for her and her teammates.
Womack keeps climbing the ladder. She got her to swing once, but the last 3 times she's laid off the high fastball.
And there it is for a strike. A full count now on Reether. Felt like a little bit of a delayed strike call.
I think that was an automatic take. I don't think she
I think you're right.
had the option to swing at that one.
Now she's dealing with a 3-2 count. Just want to battle anything off that you can. This one popped up. And Barry there to catch it. She makes the catch. And now there are 2 outs. And Riverside 1 out away from a state title. That's what you like to see from your catcher, too. I caught a little bit as well, Wes. Take the mask off. Just take it off, throw it down. get a clear view of any kind of foul ball or pop fly that is in your territory.
Bartmeyer, last time she walked, the 8-hole hitter. That's what you want. You cannot walk the 8-hole hitter. You can't get that runner into scoring position. Just take care of business right here. Get ahead of the count. One strike
Hackett
away.
Down to its last strike. Riverside just needs one more to end this inning or in this game and take home a trophy. And there it is. That is going to do it. A strikeout is going to end it. Claire Womack doing it with her teammates. There's the dog pile. There's the cheers from the family and friends in the stands, and they are your 2A state champions. Congratulations to the Riverside Rebels. What a game we got today, Wes. A 1-0 game, all thanks to that Anna Lee Qualls home run. It's all they needed in this state championship game. We're going to look at that beautiful trophy on the other side of the break. Stick around.
I would have never known the things I know now without that program. It really helped me advance my opportunity to this career field.
Really gives them a fast forward, a good track to be able to come into the technical trades.
To celebrate the first of 5 brand new transmitters that will broaden our signal coverage to just under 100% of Arkansas. We are committed to helping the youngest Arkansans prepare for kindergarten and for life.
Education is everything, and if we can teach our children, to get out there and make the most of that, that's great. So I'm just proud to do my part.
I'm gonna, and I'm in first place.
This is the first step to reforming our Arkansas, taking the effort to understanding each other's struggles and making them our own.
Everyone repeat after me. We have a voice.
Could not reach our souls. Pause.
This broadcast is underwritten, in part by...
Summerwood Sports Complex in Bryant features 4 courts across 2 gyms, located off Interstate 30, offering space for tournaments, practices, and training. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS. More at summerwoodsports.com.
This broadcast is underwritten, in part by...
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansas families and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas PBS Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
This broadcast is underwritten, in part by...
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
There it is. Anna Lee Qualls giving that trophy a big old hug, and she deserves it because she is the difference in this game for Riverside. Her home run in the 6th inning, the difference in this 1-0 ball game. Congratulations to the Rebels. They are your 2025 2A state title champions. And Wes, we got some highlights to show you, but we all know kind of how this unfolded, and it was a pitcher's duel, and it started right off the bat in the 2nd inning. You had Womack just really starting to settle in and shut batters down. She had 2 strikeouts in that inning. Then in the 3rd, on the other side, it was Freeman Mackenzie Freeman, she struck out the side there. We had a total of, 15 strikeouts in this game, I believe,
22.
at least.
22.
22, my bad. 22, I'm way off there. That is how dominant of a pitching performance it was. But this offensively was the difference. Anna Lee Qualls, her 4th home run of the season, coming when it mattered the most. And then Womack able to shut it down, close the door there with a strikeout, and end things as Riverside wins its 2nd state title in 2 years. And a big-time congratulations to them.
Riverside, get your championship gear. Here's what you need to do. Visit ArkansasHighSchoolSports.com. The official championship apparel and memorabilia for this season are available right now. ArkansasHighSchoolSports.com.
Well, Wes, it was worth the wait today to get that rain out of here and get this softball game on, but we are not finished. Check this one out. 6A softball finals. 2 teams from my neck of the woods in Northwest Arkansas. You've got the Bentonville Tigers and the Harbor Wildcats. It should be a fun one as these 2 foes, though, right down the street from each other. 6A state softball game coming to you at 6 o'clock right here from Shock Stadium. And that is going to do it for us. Thanks so much for joining us. For Wes Moore, I'm Melissa Orange. We'll see you right back here at 6 o'clock.